Right, I think we can start our session now, the third session for today's webinar. Mr. Again, can we start?
Yep, boleh.
Right, so before we start, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat tengah hari. Okay, good afternoon to everyone. And Mr. Bincang, good to have you here today for the third session for our Open Access Week in Unimap in conjunction of Unimap Open Access Week in 2025. Right, so we're here today with Mr. Alvin Shah, the business manager at Emerald Publishing. He experienced business manager with a demonstrated history of working in the publishing industry, strong sales, professional skill in sales, customer relation management, market research and management, and account management. Okay, so Mr. Alvin will talk about the Emerald Open Access Publishing. So maybe we can try to listen to what Mr. Edwin will share with us today, and then maybe we can have 5 to 10 minutes Q&A session after that, right? So, and then for no further ado, Mr. Edwin, I pass this session to you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Let me just share my screen dulu. All right. Okay. So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So good afternoon, right? Good afternoon to everyone. It's 12 o'clock. I think it has been a long day. You have 2 sessions earlier. So this is the third session, and I'm in between lunch for you all. So I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Okay. So let me introduce myself again. My name is Alvin. I'm the business manager from Emerald Publishing. I'm actually based in Malaysia. I'm in KL, and my email address is on the slides right now. So if you need to contact me to ask me any question, if you want to inquire for any collaborations with Emerald in the near future, you are most welcome to drop me an email. Okay, so without further delay, I'll start off with some introduction. For those who are not familiar with Emerald Publishing, I think this is quite essential for a start about Emerald. Actually, Emerald is a UK-based publisher. And as you can see from the slides right now, we're actually founded in 1967. So looking at the years, we have more than 50 years of experience in the publishing industry. Okay, at the moment, we are still considered one of the world's leading digital publishers, especially in the area of management, business, and social sciences. All right. If you mention Emerald Publishing's name to any senior researcher or senior professor, definitely they have published with us, or they have encountered being our author, downloading our contents before. All right. And in terms of impact, I think our influential articles in our database has been quite influential in the means of citations, because in 2022, the article citations actually grew by 5.6%. Okay. And average in a year, we have always been getting more than 50 million downloads from the users worldwide. Okay, if we talk about visibility on articles, people downloading your article, publishing with Emerald is one of the destination that you might want to consider. Okay, so looking at our journals, sometimes you will ask, oh, how good are Emerald journals? All right, we manage more than 300 plus journals, and we are proud to say that 287 journals in our portfolio already have an impact factor in WOS. Okay, well, science. And 92% of all our journals, no matter it's Emerald Publishing or ICE Publishing. ICE, for those who are not familiar, is Institution of Civil Engineers, is a group of journals in civil engineering and material sciences that have joined us 2 years ago. So they are also being considered and 92% of our journals are actually having a journal impact factor as well. Okay. In terms of site score, 2023 Scopus Guide score, 97% of all Emerald journals are actually ranked in Scopus, right? Depending on the quartile. Okay. And we are happy to say, or we are proud to say, 170 journals in our portfolio, that's more than 50%, they are ranked in Q1, at least is in one of their subject categories. Okay, so this is the overview of highlight of the quality of Emerald journals. Okay, so where to get our content? Definitely, it's always been our platform, which is the Emerald Insight. I'm sure in UniMap, the library has already provided instructions on how to access to Emerald. So you just need to follow the instructions from the library and log in through the library portal, signing in with your user ID and password. Then you come to Emerald website. Then you'll be able to download all the high quality and impactful journals, books, and case studies from our platform. Okay. So in terms of subject area, where does Emerald stand, or where does Emerald subject area covers? If you look at the 13 subject areas that you have to see in the slides right now, majority of them, I would say, is management and social sciences, but we have also diversified into areas like engineering. If you look at the bottom left corner, engineering in the area of, I believe, in the materials, civil engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, manufacturing engineering, structures. These are all areas that we have diversified into as well, okay, which is where UniMap comes in on the engineering side. Okay, if your engineering or programs in other faculties is related to any public policy or environmental management, sustainability, we are also covered there as well, together with built environment, which are all quite niche and specialized area for UniMap users. Okay, besides the business and management social science area. Okay. We are proud also to say all our journals are double-blind peer-reviewed. Okay, there's no exception to it. All journals within Emerald must go through the double-blind review process. Okay. Something to highlight on if you are publishing with Emerald later on, because we are one of the early signatories or early supporters of the UN SDG goals, where we will try to map all our authors' articles to at least 2 or 3 UN SDG goals that is available, which is the 17 UN SDG goals. Okay, if you look at the screen, there are 5 different goals that we came up ourselves, where we map to some of the UN SDG goals. So if we have any research, for example, referring to fairer society or equality, then we are most welcome to incorporate some of these UN SDG goals into your paper. If you are talking about infrastructures, sustainable structures and infrastructures is one of our area where we also target UN SDG goals there as well. All right. Okay. So publishing with Emerald. All right. What do you know? Do you know anything about publishing with Emerald, or how much is it APC to publish with Emerald? The article processing fee or article processing charges, some might use the term. Okay. Actually, if you want to publish with Emerald, going through the normal paywall journal is actually free. Okay. But if you want it to be open access, all right, like what we are doing on today's session, in any of our hybrid or gold journal, Emerald's single rate APC of £3,040 or 4,105 US dollar, all right, is flat across all our hybrid journals. All right, there are a handful of journals which I will show you later where the price will be different from this flat rate. Okay, because those are really on gold open access journals. Okay, only a handful, like 10 or 10 to 20 only. All right, the rest is all flat APC. Okay, so if you are looking at publishing open access with Emerald, then you have to get your funding ready lah. For example, the £3,040 for one article, and of course, we don't how do I say, we don't collect the money first until you have been accepted. So authors, right, when you submit to Emerald, when your process of peer review, everything is done, and the editor has decided, okay, we have accepted your paper, then you will decide. We will let you decide, choose option of going through the normal paywall, or you want to go to the OA. If you choose to go to the open access, then you will be asked to pay for the article processing fee of £3,040 before we proceed. Okay, clear on that? Any questions, just have to put it on the chat. We will discuss this at the end of the session. Okay. All right. So Malaysia, what is the overall of Malaysia's publishing landscape? All right. This is just to give you an overview. All right. We got these statistics from the Dimensions AI. If you can see on the bottom left corner, the source area. Okay, this is by territory, and it was exported in the month of May 2025 this year. All right, it shows the publications of Malaysian authors, right, or Malaysian institution-based authors is going up year on year, right? And I don't think it's going to stop when we reach the end of 2025. So if you look at the 10 years, we have always been consistently publishing more and more papers. I believe this is due to the criteria or KPI setting of the Malaysian institutions, not only public university, also private universities. Okay. Looking on publication for selected publishers, all right. Of course, if you look at the highest number of publications in Malaysia, we cannot deny definitely is the green color one, which is the Elsevier. All right, Elsevier has always been the leader due to the number of journals naturally, because how many journals does Elsevier have? If you all have a rough idea, they have roughly about 3,000 plus journals in their portfolio. All right, and where does Emerald stand? All right, if you look at the brownish color, every year we have been consistently publishing around 800 to 900, and the latest 2024 we have breakthrough the 1,000 publications for authors in Malaysia. So I would believe is a quite good, considerable, commendable achievement of Malaysian authors, because if you look at 1,000 publications a year compared to 9,000 publications a year from Elsevier, they have 3,000 plus journals, but Emerald, we have 300 plus. All right. So if you look at the ratio, we are supposed to be publishing about 1,000, which is almost the same as per article on per journal basis. Okay. This is just to give you a rough overview. Of course, there are other publishers in the market, like for example, in the highlighted Springer Nature, IEEE, right, IOP, okay, and some open access publishers like MDPI, they're also there as well. But of course, if we look at the year, the last 2 years, the number of publications in MDPI, they have dropped drastically due to the KPT circular, which is have a lot of quality-based, I would say, question marks on their publications. Okay. So why publish? All right, you need to actually develop a publishing strategy. If you want to publish in OA, then you will need to check if you want to publish at OA, is it a requirement? Is it something that you must do? Is it that the faculty has put in a KPI that you need to publish an OA? So you need to check first. And also, is ranking important to you? So you also need to check ranking. I believe IPTAs or public universities in Malaysia, they will need to publish at least in a Scopus Index journal. All right. So even though it's OA, you still need to make sure that it meets the criteria of your faculty or your institution. Okay. So why publish in OA? All right. Since this is an OA session, some of you might wonder, oh, I have to pay so much. All right. But what is the benefits of publishing in OA compared to publishing in a normal paywall journal? All right. As a publisher, I would say they have their pros and cons of each. Let's say there are a lot of authors still publishing in the normal route. All right. They are still getting citations, they are still getting downloads, they are still improving their each index of the authors, they are still improving of the citation numbers. But why OA? Why some people choose to publish in OA? All right. Due to some of these benefits. All right. Of course, if you publish in OA, accessibility is there. It gives you a global audience. Let's say, for example, if let's say the publisher that you go to does not have a lot of subscribers, for example, then your article won't be accessed by that group of users. But if you choose publishers like Emerald, for example, no matter you publish OA or publish on a normal route, right, you still get a lot of access and visibility because the number of subscribers that we have throughout the region, all right, is quite strong for Emerald Publishing. That's why in the first slide that you see, averagely in a year, we have more than 50 million article downloads by the users worldwide. Okay, so with OA, this will improve further on the visibility as well. Okay, definitely impact is one of the reasons why you publish in OA, because it reaches to new audiences. Sometimes government policy makers or industry players, right? They will look at the open access articles when they search in the platform or they search in certain discovery services. All right. Okay. So these are the benefits of publishing in OA that you might want to consider. Okay. So in Emerald, what types of open access is available for users or authors? Actually, we categorize this into 3 areas, all right, 3 types of OA. I think the most common one, the green OA, which is quite self-explanatory in the slides here. Green open access refers to a route that is being offered to all Emerald Journal authors, all right, or book chapters as well. Okay, we will make the author's research immediately available, all right, upon publication, and is free from payment. This is the green open access self-archiving policy, all right. So authors are actually allowed to deposit their author's accepted manuscript. It's the final accepted version and not the official publication. Okay, so let's say your paper is accepted. Usually the final accepted manuscript, which is without all the typesetting, without the logo, without the issue number, you can actually deposit this author's accepted manuscript to your institution repository, for example, all right, or any not-for-profit subject repository platform, your company website, which is referring to the university website, or any scholarly collaboration networks that have signed up with the article sharing principles. Okay, for your information, Emerald does not allow sharing on ResearchGate and academia.edu. All right, this is just a general information for everyone. Okay, so even though you are publishing the normal route without paying the open access one, right, we actually provide the green open access format for our Emerald authors. Okay, all right, but of course that version is the final accepted version, not the official publication with logo. Okay, that is the difference with green open access. Go open access, I think after 2 sessions, I don't need to explain further. It's actually a version or the policy, which is if you want to make it fully and freely available of the version that comes together with the branded publisher PDF or the official version to be made freely available, then you choose for the Go Open Access policy. But of course, this route, you will need to pay the article processing fee, all right, or article processing charge, depending how you call it. Okay. All Go open access articles and or books in Emerald, we license it under the CC BY 4.0, all right, which permits unrestricted use, distribution, and reproduction of any content in providing the original author and source credited. Okay, so no matter which Gold open access or Diamond, Platinum open access, I'm going to mention the next slide, they go through the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license on OA. Okay. All right. We also have the last version, which is a fully open access sponsored, or sometimes is referred as Diamond Open Access, or some publishers refer it to Platinum Open Access. All right. But generally, these are sponsored open access journals. All right. And Emerald actually does not charge authors for these sponsored publications. All right. At the moment, Emerald do have close to 75 to 80 journals, which are collaborations with associations, universities that provides sponsored open access journals. Okay. So after getting to know the types of OA in Emerald, all right, then if you're interested, then it's time to select your journal to publish with Emerald. Yeah. So before you select, definitely you have to go through this checklist for all my publishing workshop or publishing talks, right? I will always share this slide with the authors, our potential authors, to have a pre-submission checklist. This is a very important slide because it will cover majority of your preparation, all right? Like from identifying potential journals when you select a journal, all right? Learning about the journal, follow the author guides, where to find them, and contacting the editor to get to know the editor, get some network, and convince the editor why your manuscript is important to the journal. All right. So publishing OA, no matter it's OA or a normal publication route, definitely you have to go through this checklist. Okay. All right. So where to find our OA journals? All right, in Emerald. Okay. Actually, you have to go to our platform, all right, which I'm going to show you right now. All right, just a quick demo. Definitely, you have to come to our webpage here. If you're not familiar, check with the library how you come to Emerald's homepage. Okay, this is the homepage button where we provide conveniently for our users on open access. For example, here. All right, if you want to know more about open access, just click on the open access button here. All right, it will lead you to all our open access content if you want to search for it, or you can see the benefits of OA here, or you can find out more about our open access journals here. Okay, all right. But before that, let me go back to the homepage. I'm going to teach you or show you where to find our journals. All right. Very simple. There are a few methods, but the method that I always like to use is there's a journal finder, all right, in our platform. Okay. Scroll down to the last section. You will see here for authors, right? Click on the authors. Okay. And once you scroll down, there's a Find a Journal button here, right? Click on Find a Journal here. Okay. There are about 400 plus journals here. Let's say, for example, like I mentioned just now, there are actually sponsored or diamond open access journals in Emerald. Okay, you can actually search by filtering on the right. If you see the filter right here, okay, once you select on access, open access here, then you select either gold, hybrid, or diamond. Let me show you the diamond one first. Okay, let's say I click on the diamond one and I click apply. Okay, so you will see here there are close to 80 journals which has covers all areas. If you look at it, this is computer science, economics, all right, environmental, all areas, all right? Let's say, for example, all right, I want to do a comparison, all right? Let's say between this journal, these two journal, or between these two journal, for example, okay? Let's say I want to compare this journal. I click on it. And then as I scroll down, suddenly I find this, oh, European Management Journal, all right? I want to look at this journal as well. Then I click on compare. Once I click on compare, then you will see what is the acceptance rate, all right? What is the time to first decision? This is 51 days. This is 36 days. What is the impact factor? 3.8. This is 2.9. Right? What's the word count that's required? All is shown here. Okay. Let's say I choose this one, Asia Pacific Journal of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, for example. All right. It's mentioned here clearly that this is a sponsored journal. You see, you can publish open access in this Diamond Partnership Journal, and authors are not required to pay APC. Okay. They are indexed in Clarivate and also in the DAOJ as well. Right? So it will all mention here lah, index and matrix as well. Okay, so this is how you search for some of our Diamond sponsored journals. Okay, how about other journals? For example, okay, let's say I want to search on hybrid open access journals. Okay, and I want subject area. Let's say, for example, I want built environment and engineering, which is a lot of programs in UNIMAP offers as well. Okay, so here, let's say, for example, ArchNet. ArchNet is architecture, built environment journal. Corrosion is more to materials, right? Even 4D printing is here. Let's say I look at this one. I want to compare engineering construction and maybe go to another page for those. Let me choose other things like robot. Let me see what else. Let me see structural, maybe structural integrity. All right. Okay, I click on view the journal here. Then you will see it's indexed in Scopus and Clarivate. Okay, overview, you can see the aims and scope here. All right, this is how you select the journal. Or if you want to compare the journal, you click on compare here and compare two journals side by side. Okay, acceptance rate 22%, 32% is on structural integrity, time to first decision 31 days, 65 days, and so on. Okay, this is where you can find our journals. All right, let me repeat for those who missed out. Always come to our homepage here, scroll down and click on authors. You will be brought to a new page where you can find a journal finder here. Okay, very clear cut. All right. Okay. Okay, let me close this page. Okay. Back to my slides. All right. Okay, that was on where to find our OA journals. Okay. On publication process, there's nothing much to mention because even though it's OA, no matter it's normal publication route or open access publication route, the publication process is still the same. All right. If you look at from submission to acceptance, easily it will take about 6 to 8 months. All right. Depending on the scenario, like test review, assigning reviewers, reviewer turnaround time, editor's decision, all right, how long it will take. Okay. Sometimes we are just using 6 to 8 months as a guideline. All right. But throughout my 10 years with Emerald, I've heard a lot of cases where authors come back to me, hey, Alvin, actually, the last time you said 6 months, but the journal that I submitted, right, they only took them 3 months to get the first reply. So I said, good, this is due to the turnaround time, which is faster. All right. Sometimes availability of the reviewers are fast, the response is faster, then you get it faster. So that's why we just put 6 months to 8 months as a guideline only. Okay, right? Peer review process is the same for open access as well. You will still go through the normal submission and peer review process. It's only upon acceptance, then the author will be notified and they will be asked whether they want to go for a normal publication without payment or they want to go for a open access which they require to pay ATC. Okay. Just sharing this in the news because there's a lot of I would say ethical issues that's happened recently in the last 1 to 2 years, and also there are a lot of publications around Malaysia, and the KBT actually mentioned that to try to ask our academicians to focus on the impact and not quantity. All right. Due to this, right, there's a lot of academic misconduct like plagiarism, fabrication, ghost authorship, all right, and also publication in predatory journals because they are too pressured to publish. A lot of them, when they see, oh, when they see an advertisement, please publish with us, you need to pay 500 US dollar, then we'll guarantee publication. All these are predatory journals indications. Okay, try to avoid all these things and keep alert of yourself. All right. Okay, so on ethics, which I need to cover as well, even though it's OA, we actually provide a lot of ethics and integrity guidelines or policies in our website. Okay, you can find this in our website as stated in the slide. I already put the link there. This is for your convenience to refer to it later because I know this session is recorded. So you can actually type the website into the into the portal, and then we will actually be able to get all the information on ethics and integrity. Okay, why we are so strict on research integrity lately is because of a lot of retractions. Okay, these are sources from retractionwatch.com. Even well-known publishers, they get retracted almost all the time. All right, these are all sources from Retraction Watch, not from Elvina. I got this all from the website. Okay, all these even institutions which are highly ranked institutions, they are also investigating a lot of retractions. Okay, all right. Even Elsevier, they are not spared as well. Okay, these are all from the retractionwatch.com. Even Emerald, all right, we can't run away. And one of the reasons why Emerald starts to have quite strict restrictions on ethics is because we want to avoid as much as possible on cases like what you're seeing right now on the screen, retraction notice on this article. All right, because once you get a retraction notice, your name will actually be, I would not say blacklisted, but it will be impacted on your author's name. So try not to be associated with any research integrity issue from any publisher. Okay. So why publish with Emerald? So Emerald actually is one of the publishers, I would say, and I'm very proud to say in the last 10 years that we are supporting our authors in their aspirations. All right. These are the collection of photos from the last 10 years. We've been to the institution to present highly outstanding paper award. We've been involved in book launches. All right, we've been involved in official award ceremony in public institutions where we honor those outstanding reviewers or outstanding papers recipients. All right, even public institutions as well. I cover Singapore, so I go to Singapore and US as well, NTU. All right, all these are just to prove that Emerald, actually, we are not just here to provide you with the platform and everything. We actually go to the field to support the academicians. Okay, so if UNIMED, if you need any help or support from Emerald, let's say for example, because UNIMED is subscriber for Emerald, we can actually come over to support your aspirations or events. Okay, so Another reason why publishing with Emerald is because we have quite a number of awards, like Real Impact Awards, Emerald Awards on Literati Awards, case study competitions. We have quite a number of awards, different awards, and some even regional based. Okay, just need to go to the website to check it out. So further information and resources, we do provide all the information and resources in our platform, and you can get a lot of information like I've shown in the Emerald Insight platform just now, on our policies, on our ethics, on the benefits of publishing OA, what are the different types of OA. Okay, all this can be obtained from the official Emerald website. Okay. Something to highlight, which is coming on into 2026, I purposely put this slide in because this is a new offering from Emerald actually on foundation and trends. We actually acquired now publishers from from US, sorry, and they consist of 28 journals, which is focusing on foundation and trends, the current topics, which is quite related to a lot of academicians. All right. For example, the coverage expands to not only business and economics, it covers AI, artificial intelligence, data science, robotics, and anything related to Internet of Things. All right. All these are comprehensive and long form peer-reviewed publications. All right. This is only available in 2026. This is just to give you a highlight, okay, of all the journals that's available. A special highlight actually goes to this page, all right, where is the computer science and engineering technology collection. If you want to publish there, it's also available for you, all right, no matter it's normal or OA mode. Okay, the one that I'll highlight is on machine learning. If you look at the center of the page, right, machine learning, foundation and trends in machine learning is actually ranked #1 in Scopus and in JCR. All right, it even beats the IEEE Computer Science journal. All right, and it comes from a little well-known publisher from US. One of the reasons why Emerald actually bought them over is because of this journal. All right, it has a site score of 202 from the last I checked. All right, 202, which is quite high for a journal, all right, which is not STM related. Okay, the second one why Emerald purchased this acquisition is also on the foundation and trends in signal processing, the bottom left corner one. It's also ranked #1 in Scopus in signal processing. Okay, with a site score of 41.7. That's why we are trying to highlight these new offerings to our academicians. Okay, more information will be provided once we get more information from the UK HQ. All right, I'll be in touch with the library later on. Okay. More information, you can also get it from our Facebook. All right, because we do post a lot of information, like for example, call for papers. Sometimes it could be an open access paper that they're calling. All right, you can actually come to our page. We also sometimes call for editor-in-chief. Let's say if you're looking for editor-in-chief in certain areas, we also post it into our Facebook. Okay, or in another case, free webinars. All right, free webinars like case study webinars or construction innovation webinars. We do post it from time to time into our Facebook. Okay, so make sure if you want to follow, you follow the correct one. There's a lot of Emerald Publishing Facebook profile in the Facebook site. So our site that we always post something related to our region is always the Emerald East and Southeast Asia profile. Okay, all right. And also, we are also doing the online quiz right now. So if you are a user from Unimap, you are eligible to participate. It ends 15 November. So if you want to access, just have to answer 10 simple questions. Go to our homepage to answer to find the answer, but you have to access through the library portal. Okay. All right. The attractive price is quite attractive. First price, Go Pro Max. Okay. So try your luck. No harm trying. Okay. And I think that will be my last slide. Any questions from the floor? May I just have to stop sharing for a while? Ada tak? Ada question tak? Tak ada oh? Okay. Oh, there's one question. Okay. There's one question on if our paper is retracted, can it be published to another journal with amendment to the paper? If that paper is retracted, or I would say don't use the same manuscript again. All right, you have to change the whole format of the paper. It depends on why it's retracted. If sometimes it's retracted due to false document or false information, then you have to think of ways to get sample or data. All right, there are different kind of retractions, but I would say don't use the same paper lah. Try to restructure the whole paper, take out everything and put back in a puzzle. All right, don't use the same manuscript already. Okay, all right. Okay. Any questions from the floor? How is it so far? I think I'm good in time with 15 minutes left. Okay. Is it
Mr. Alvin,
yeah.
Nasira from Library.
Mm.
What's your opinion on the diamond open access? And it's the
Diamond open access.
sustainability. Yeah.
What do you mean my comment?
Your opinion or your on the sustainability of the diamond open access, as we know it's sponsored by
okay.
institutions and so on. Yeah.
Okay, understand. Okay, my opinion is it depends. All right. Since in the last I would say 7 years, since these services has been offered to a lot of institutions around the world, there are some institutions that comes and go, right? But there are also some institutions that stays with us for a long time since the start. For example, there's a new journal which is on the Journal of Tourism Futures, if I'm not mistaken. They have been with us since the start. They've launched this new journal. After 3 years, partnering with Emerald, we advise them how to improve the journal, how to improve the performance of the journal, how to get more submission and acceptance. Then, after 3 years, we submit them to be indexed, and they're indexed in Scopus already. And now they're also indexed in the WOS. So, because of this relationship, they stay on with Emerald. Okay, but of course there are some example. Just another example, right? Actually, it's a Malaysian journal. The journal was started off is as an existing journal after like 5 or 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Then they joined Emerald. Okay, and after 3 years of our advice, how we improve the journal together, how we improve the performance, submission, quality, get the citations in, then we submit it to indexing, and they got it indexed after coming with Emerald for the first 3 years. All right, before that they were trying, they couldn't get it, but after coming to Emerald, they have indexed in Scopus, and I think 2 or 3 more years later, they actually went out from Emerald to sustain on themselves. So if you ask me on sustainability, some of these journals they still sustain, all right, and some of these journals they actually move out to get more revenues for them to sustain their own journal. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Alvin.
Okay. Any more from the audience? I hope it has been useful. All right. I would say I was actually looking at some statistics which I didn't show on slides. For the last 3 years, actually the number of publication of open access has grown in Malaysia for Malaysian authors. From last I read, right, they were close to about 100 open access articles from all institutions in Malaysia. Okay, and 5 years ago, I think less than 10 or 20, right? So for the last 3 years, we have a number of close to 100 articles. So a lot of authors are starting to look at open access. But still the same, if you ask me as a personal opinion, It depends on the institution, it depends on the audience, it depends on the institution or academician. If you have the research funding that you want to spend, you can spend it on OA. But if you ask me to spend from my own pocket, then I think it's a bit costly. All right. So it depends on how you want to weigh your pros and cons. Right? Okay. If no questions, then I would like to share this with you. I would require you to actually take out your smartphone. I actually prepared a certificate of attendance, the e-certificate for the audiences here. So the link actually will work until today. All right. So you just have to scan the QR code right now and fill in your name and email address correctly. Because if you don't fill your name and email address correctly, we will not be able to send it over to you. Okay, and we cannot amend if you put in the wrong name. So make sure you double check on the name before you submit. Okay, I'll leave this slide on for 1 minute. Take your phone out, scan it, and then you fill it in. Okay.
Mr. Alvin, can you share again the online quiz?
Oh, the online quiz.
Yeah. That quiz can be attended by our community, all our community, or is it
Yes.
for student only?
For all, even
For all.
lecturers. Yeah.
Alright. So can you share with us later, then we will distribute to our community.
Okay,
to
can.
try the quiz.
Later, I will email to Nazira. Is it okay?
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
send,
Mr. Alvin.
I'll
Thank
send
you.
this in the PDF format. Then you can actually share.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. You just have to
Okay.
ensure that the users, when they submit, right, or when they check the answer, they go through your library homepage first. They log into your, I think you're using OCLC, Easy Proxy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they
Yes.
have to log into the Easy Proxy first when they want to search for the answer. If not, they can't access the articles.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for this certificate of attendance, you will be getting it in a few minutes' time once you submitted already. Okay. All right. So again, I'm just gonna share my email address here again for those who wants to contact me later on, or if you're too shy to ask any questions, email to me. All right. If I can't help you, I will address this with our UK office. I'll refer you to someone. Okay. Right. Even if you want to talk about collaborations on conferences, how we can support, talk to us. Yeah, we'll try our best, because in the Klang Valley area, because we are based here, there's quite a number of institutions that actually always come to our office and seek for our support. For example, if they are organizing any conferences, we can actually be there, or we can actually engage with editor-in-chiefs of certain journals which are related to the conference topics, to put the journal's name so that it's one of the recommended journal to submit when the attendees attend the conference. We can do that as well. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Okay, if there's no more questions, then I'll pass the floor back to the library. Okay, right, let me stop sharing. Yep.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Alvin, for
Right.
the sharing session, and then the it's good to have all the information about the open access, and we can learn something. Yeah. So I think we can continue with the collaboration for for future event. Okay, and I hope all of you can get the all the beneficial info from Mr. Alvin, and also don't forget to fill up the the form for the e-certificate. And I think that's all for today, and we will wrap up the third
Alright.
session today, and we will continue for the fourth session in the afternoon. All right.
Alright.
And
Thank you. Mhm.
we will see you later, Mr. Alvin, and thank you all, and thank you again.
Thank you for the invitation. All right, glad to be here. Bye bye.
Thank you, Mr. Alvin.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you all soon.
Bye-bye. Yeah, see you soon. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you to our participants. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, we can organize